Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Let's get that music back up and running, baby. Let's get the vibes going. Shout out to everybody here on the live. This is going to be a quick little Sunday morning live stream. Get back to your family. We're going to give you exactly what you need, exactly how you need it. Because on the life run, I know what you need, baby. Let's go. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Let's go. 69,440. I may be in a trade, I may be not. You may want to know about it. I'm the guy that gives his trades every single day. Almost every single trade that I open for Bitcoin is publicly displayed constantly. Why? Because the accuracy is amazing. So look, we're in this beautiful flag to the upside. It could dump easily. There's no guarantees I'm going to make money on this trade, but the probability is pretty high. You've broken out of the initial, triangle that we found yesterday for you, and I gave you the exact entry. I told you that when you got above the 200 SMA, you would get a surge to the upside. You got just that, all the way up to 69,783. We watched this pump live on the channel. I gave you another flag there that pumped to the upside last night. What else? What more can I do, right? Now we're at 69,400, and I see a golden cross on the 1 hour time frame right here. Front-running golden crosses being around a golden cross with low stochastic, lack of bearish momentum, with the 21-day moving average touching a flag, as well as previous resistance becoming support. Those are multiple confluences for bullishness. I've made many trades like that in my life on many assets throughout the world that it's played out. So I'm just following the technical analysis the way I do it, showing you how we do it and what's happening. All right. Shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live. We appreciate you. We love you. And we thank you for your constant viewership, support, attention, and love. We know that it's not easy to wake up every day and be with the life. We know I'm relentless, but I really, truly appreciate your approach to discipline and focus, because without it, we have no show. We don't move forward, and I don't get to 70,000 subscribers like we're about to hit. We're on our way to 70,000. We're on our way to 70,000 fast. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show. So I don't have much to say about Bitcoin. I'm long in this flag, and I see a golden cross, and I did a bunch of you saw my macro analysis on Friday, so that really takes care of like the whole big picture here. I was live last night. I was live yesterday morning. I'm live again for you every single day, baby. I love you. I appreciate you, and I want you to have a great life. So I'm going to give you everything I have to help you do that. All right. I see some other coins that are interesting. I'm going to take a look at the chat too. But honestly, not much to say about Bitcoin today. It's not hard to figure out. It's sitting pretty. Some stuff on Twitter is interesting. I wanted to talk about for a split second here. A 10-year slumber over 1,701 Bitcoin awakens. A dormant wallet containing 1,700 Bitcoin, valued at approximately 115 million, was reactivated after 10 years in inactivity. The wallet's last active in 2013 recently executed a transaction transferring 245 Bitcoin worth 16 million to an unknown wallet. The transaction took place on the Bitcoin blockchain, marking a significant event in the cryptocurrency world. And then this guy says, dumping 3.5 Bitcoin into a random wallet. Follow, retweet, and drop your address. He's not asking you to, other ones are like send Bitcoin, right? And the guy looks crypto mining professor, Bitcoin professor. The lucky person will receive $50,000 in Bitcoin. Check your wallet after 24 hours. Bitcoin wallet drop. I mean, I would just grab a Bitcoin address from anywhere and send it out. You know what I mean? Like I grab an Xverse wallet that I don't have much money in, something I didn't care, and just put it in there. What's the worst that can happen? I wake up with $50,000 in Bitcoin? So I don't know if that's going on. I mean, it looks weird, right? But, oh no, that's shady. Yeah, now he's saying he earned it. Yeah, so get away. Shady. Look at me, like, I received 60 Doge. So shady, man. Don't hit any of these links. So what he does is, I get it now. He does he does one that doesn't look light and like it looks like whatever. Then he posts a fake person that he sent the money to make you think he did it. But then he posts all these other little things that get you to click on the link. You see what I'm saying? And, But again, my whole point is creating a random address out of a phone or a new wallet and send it out there really can't hurt you. It can't really do anything. All right. So shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on it. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here and sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. All right, let's break it down again. I know I said it 16 times, but so that's my idea for Bitcoin. If it loses the 21, it'll drop back down to the 200. You do not want to see us lose the 21. You do not want to see us lose $69,000. Remember, the weekly support is 67.2. I just want to see a weekly candle close above 67.2. That's all that matters. And even 69,000. I'll show you that for a split second, because that's all that really I'm looking at right now. Let me just get back to my super chats, my super charts and super chats. All right. All coins are a little flat today, somewhat sideways, waiting on Bitcoin. It looks like Bitcoin may make a big move, and all coins may bleed a little bit too. Just be careful of that idea, because Bitcoin's about to steal the show, I think. Take a pretty big move to the upside. That's what we're seeing. Let's take a look at, so altcoins are bleeding a little bit. Like they're some are hot, some are strong, but I believe people are starting to FOMO for Bitcoin, thinking they didn't have enough, so it's easy to be here when everyone's calling us crazy since 2021. We're a family in here, and all our hard work is paying off. Let's go. Yeah. I didn't get a notification, had to search YouTube being janky. Yeah, it's actually funny because I even see an error on the streams, like it's saying that the stream is buffering, but I know it's not. Like, it doesn't make any sense. I'm sending the stream the same way I do it every time. It says YouTube's not receiving enough enough to maintain smooth streaming, but I haven't changed anything from last night. You know what I mean? So it's hogwash, honestly. But let's look at Bitcoin on like the Coinbase chart. All right, and I'll show you what I see brewing on the bigger time frame. We're just going to talk about the weekly right now. The weekly candle close tonight is what we're going to break down. So I'm super excited to show you what's happening. Listen, I've been doing this for over 15 years, and I love all the other YouTubers, and they're cool, but I just have so much more time in the markets than they do. And so I love them, and I appreciate them, but it takes you 10 years to really master technical analysis, in my humble opinion, at a scale where you've looked at thousands and thousands and thousands of assets throughout the world. Very, very important, you know what I mean, that you get your data from a valuable source that has years of information behind it. Not just a 2 to 3 year, process. Technical analysis takes a lot longer to really, truly believe in what you see and understand what you're doing. It's not something that you want to just jump on into and, so just be careful who you follow, Make sure you're watching them learn. Make sure the YouTuber you're watching is accelerating. Like if you watched me 3 years ago, you see me, you could see the progression of my trading over time, right? They're doing the same thing over and over again. So take a look. Look at this idea here. Resistance. We're above it. As long as we stay above that resistance, we're golden. A weekly close above that would be absolutely amazing. We could be making this beautiful ascending triangle for a move further to the upside. We could go sideways for another 4 to 5 weeks too. I think people don't realize that. We could just go sideways right into the halving, and then the second the halving comes, we could explode. Everyone says it's going to be this pre-dump halving because they've seen it before. But we never broke the all-time high before the halving either. So why would you think that what happened before is going to happen again? But then you would say, well, then should the halving pump? I mean, the succession of what happens isn't never going to be identical. But the fact that Bitcoin will go up, because they're going to continue to print money to zero is inevitable. You see what I mean? So I don't see a pre-dump halving unless we broke above. I see people saying if we don't get above 70K, if we don't do this, if we don't do that. Honestly, I wouldn't hear that. I wouldn't listen to that. I do this every single day for 10 to 16 hours a day. I don't take time off. You know what I mean? I like those long bottom wicks like these. Look at these. Look at those. Wicks that long are telling a story. I'm telling you, I've never seen wicks that long for Bitcoin. Anytime I've seen a wick for Bitcoin, we've pumped. Look, there's a little wick. We flew. There's some wicks right here. There's some really long wicks there. We were gone. There's some wicks right there. We were gone. Here's some wicks right here. We pumped up a little bit. We were in a bear market, though, but we still got legs. For what was that? Here's a wick right here to the upside. Here's a wick to the upside. Here's a wick to the upside. Here's a wick to the upside. And now we got 2 big wicks. What do you think is going to happen? I think we're going to go to the downside. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. And the trade should be moving for you right now to the upside for Bitcoin. Should be in the green right now. I'm already up $50, 7%. And I told you, if you took the trade, I gave it to my trading group. So if you're my trading group, you get the exact entry, what's happening. I give you a stop loss. I give you a take profit. I show you exactly what I'm doing. I just open up a long on Bitcoin. Right now, I don't live in fear. Okay? And I live in action. I'm a man of action. If you're a man of action, things are going to go your way, baby. You're going to learn from every action that you take. If you're a man of inaction, you won't learn a lot. You'll sit and wait for things to come to you, and they just won't. And they just won't. My spot AERO bag doubled. Thanks for the heads up. Wow, that's amazing. AERO just getting banged on. I mean, I love AERO. And we're going to talk about AERO in a little bit too as well. I like what I'm seeing with AERO. So as long as the weekly candle tonight closes above this key level here, and let's bring out my boxes. I love my boxes. I made them smaller so we can put more together and it's not as jumbled. I think that was a little better, right? So I brought them down from about a 24 to about a 14. So here's the deal, everybody. You know that I keep preaching 65.5. I'm going to make it perfect. And if you've been with me, I've never changed my stance. You know what I mean? I've said the same things every single day for weeks on end. If we close a candle below 65.5, I will flip somewhat bearish because that's a key weekly support that you do not want to lose. We tried to lose it numerous times. The bears could not close a candle below it. No matter how hard they tried, no matter how low they bought the price, the bulls would persevere and buy up the price action. Hey, I bought a lot of Bitcoin. You know, my FOMO for Michael Saylor and the big boys buying made me realize that I probably wouldn't get a chance to get it where I believed it could go. Like, you know, like, oh, 52K, like, that would be a gift. They usually don't give the masses a gift. Your gift was back here. See, here's the deal. Making it in trading means you have to go against the masses. The majority of people want it to be cushy. They want to feel good about everything they do. They want to, you know, it's like they want the government to take care of them. They want to be lied to. They want to be told what to do. They really do. The masses want to be told what to do. People are waking up, but the majority of people want to be told what to do. So when this starts to dump, media is starting to tell them that, oh, Bitcoin's crashing, this isn't a good sign, yada, yada, yada. So they don't buy because they're told what to do. I'm not told what to do. I was raised by a very independent man, my father. He went his own way. He became an iron worker. He did his own thing. He started his own business on the side. He did a lot of his own stuff. My dad was a maverick in many ways. He didn't give a damn about what anybody thought of him. He did whatever made him and his family successful. And he taught me never to follow the herd, ever in my life, and I never do. Shout out to Jimmy H. Price, the hardest iron worker in the game. Everyone that knew him knew he was, just built like the dude was unbelievable, man. Shout out to my dad, bro. Strong man. So anyway, this was the time. If you remember, this red candle, I bought Bitcoin in when this was the night they said that there was going to be a nuclear thing going on in Ukraine. There was a building, and it was 3 a.m. Things were crazy. I looked at the fear and greed index, okay, and it was sitting, which I'm going to put out right now, and it was sitting at like 9. And in my lifetime for Bitcoin, anytime I seen it at 9, it was the best price humanly possible. The stochastics were also low on the 2-week chart, which is my go-to. I have a really simple way of buying Bitcoin. I'm going to give you guys my secret right now. I shouldn't, but I'm going to give you my secret. I use the 2-week chart. I use the stochastics. And so I figured this out around here, that when the stochastics were low on the 2-week chart, it was my best time to buy Bitcoin. I bought here, I bought here, I bought there, and I bought here. When the 2-week stokes were low, when we had all that fear, and we had bullish divergence, even on the 2-week and the weekly chart, I knew that was our bottom. I knew it in my heart and soul. I had backtested this many, many times. I put so much Bitcoin in here at these areas. I also knew that this was, the gift is when it feels wrong. The gift is when it's not right. The gift is when the fear is so strong that the masses just could never hit that buy button. 100, like literally only 3 out of 100 people, maybe less. Maybe 1 out of 10,000 people would be able to buy Bitcoin at this level. You'd have to train your brain against the brainwash. You'd have to fight through all the years of nonsense that they pushed you, right? And bang. And it comes from knowing yourself. It comes from being independent. It comes from pushing yourself, not listening to the mainstream media. Mainstream media would never have told you to buy Bitcoin down here. And it was the greatest thing that anyone could have done. It was not broadcasted to the news, okay? If anything, they were telling you that it was probably a bad idea and that Bitcoin was a sketchy asset. People were, you know what I mean? So just check this out, So anyway, so remember, the time to buy is never when people think it's a good time. So when the masses are all telling you we're going to drop to the downside, they're the same ones that are telling you that we're not going to go up anymore. So this was your time to buy. This could also, I'm buying Bitcoin. I've been buying more Bitcoin every time we dip below 65,000. I felt like that was just an absolute, because I said if we go to 65, we could go down to 58, 52. So I said I'll dollar cost average from 52,000 all the way to 60. Now the 2-week charts are really far away from the 21-day moving average. It tells me that we'd either have to go sideways or we could get a dip pullback. That's the only thing I'm a little sketched out, is by the distance between the 21 and price action. But the 3-day chart could save the day. You see what I mean? The 3-day chart could very well save the day. So let's get back into the daily here. And I show you the really strong support and resistance areas that matter. And so far we made a low, a high, and a higher low. Bitcoin is consolidating nicely inside of this, symmetrical triangle, period. It has some descending triangle volumes, but that's what I'm looking at. Very likely we do hit the top of the pattern and then come back down to the bottom of the pattern. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw 67,781. The key for me is when the 4-hour broke above the 200 SMA, it's a good sign, and the moving averages are tight. I've talked about this many, many times. So people that say, oh, if we don't go to 70K, that doesn't make sense. And I'll tell you why it doesn't make sense. All right? If we don't get above 70K in a week, that doesn't make any sense, because see how tight these moving averages are on the 4-hour time frame? Every single time you're in an uptrend and the moving averages get this tight, you have a 90% chance of a move to the upside. A 90%. I'm telling you right now. I'm going on a limb and telling you 90% because I backtested it. It's almost 100%. It's almost, I don't want to say 100, but it's like a 90% accurate signal. Look, we got tight here on the 4 hour in a flag to the upside. We got tight here in a 4 hour in a flag to the upside. We got tight here in the 4 hour in a flag to the upside. We got tight here in a 4 hour in a flag to the upside. We got tight here in the 4 hour in a bit of a falling wedge to the upside. Now here we made a high and then we got tight and we did drop. All right. At the same time, though, there was a big resistance. You lost the 200 there and started to play with it. Okay. Here, tight moving averages to the upside. So the odds are in our favor that it's very likely, based on moving averages alone, that we could see a nice move here for Bitcoin. Nothing is guaranteed. Remember that. Nothing is guaranteed. In any moment, I could lose any trade that I open. That's why I have proper risk management every single time I open a trade. All right, Bitcoin at 69,357, and expect a possible, weird movement in price action. It's low volume Sunday, not the best time to trade. All right, so look, we got liquidity all the way down at 62,063. We could see a crazy dump on the weekly. You never know. I'm open-minded. Sunday night into Monday morning, worst time to open up a bunch of trades, in my humble opinion. I wouldn't go, I'm not a financial advisor, but that to me is the worst time to open up a trade. I never open up trades, like tons of trades, unless the market would have to give me some huge signal. But in general, it's very rare to see me just open up tons of trades Sunday night into Monday morning. I'll let the dust settle. Monday night is my favorite time to get into trades. Monday at 6, 7 in the evening. And then we watch kind of the fun happen, and then we go into the week of trading, right? So I see that we have this here. So we got this area here down at 63,000. Okay, that could possibly come. And then we have 70,400. And the biggest red area, though, is 69.8, telling us we're likely going to go to 69,800. All right. Too late to buy Bitcoin unless you have 65K. Buy alts, stack up on alts, and then buy Bitcoin in the next bear. I don't think the next bear you're going to get the price that we have now. So I don't think that's a good... Honestly, I think you just gave... I love you, Scottish Crypto. But, I wouldn't give people advice, man. You know what I mean? I wouldn't give people advice. All right? Because I'll tell you why. There's a guy that's going to buy maybe a bunch of altcoins and make a bunch of money, but then he's going to go up and down. And then he may not even be able to own any Bitcoin because he gets all depressed, he loses money. Someone could be slowly DCAing into Bitcoin right now. I firmly believe you could see Bitcoin easily $500,000. That's a 10x right now. And if it took 10 years, you would 1x a year. I know people are like, oh, well, but I believe in 10 years, Bitcoin will be well over $1 million. You know what I mean? That's going to be a 20x. That's 2x every single year. I'm just saying, I still believe it's a good time to buy Bitcoin, and I still believe Bitcoin will provide great returns in the next 10 years. All right. But that's just me. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. But I love you, Scottish Crypto. You're one of the coolest people in the game. And I love you. You're awesome. You actually supported me, and I appreciate your Celtic blood, man. So, one on you. And I'm sorry, I think Near and Render are about to pop. Their first AI coins to move, in my opinion. Yeah, that makes sense. You're 100% right. So I talked about AERO over and over again. All right? Every single day for days on end. And went all the way to 67. It was just sitting at 137. This thing just boomed to the upside. I had it in this flag, just readjust a little bit. I'm not perfect, nobody is. I'm a human being. But tight moving averages, again, showing a move to the upside for Aerodrone. And Aerodrone getting a nice little pump here to the upside off of that low, it even has like the beautiful support here. What is that level? 132. I was buying Aerodrone at 39 cents and 30 cents, and I even missed the run up from 7 cents. It had already 5x by the time I get into it. I thought I was late. That's why I try to tell you, man, this market is a different market, right? New subscriber here for the gains, man. Shout out to you and yours. God bless you, man. Thank you so much for the love, light, and happiness that you provide by doing that. We appreciate each and every one of you for jumping on in, and we love you, and we care about you, and we thank you for being here. Shout out to Scottish Crypto. We love you, man. The opportunity will not come around again. After this cycle, I don't think Bitcoin will go under 100K. There'd be too much buying pressure. I firmly believe that. We may, let's look at the, let's talk about Bitcoin cycles for a split second. Well, look at AERO. Look at AIOZ too, another one that I really like. that I believe is just going to take off when the time is right. Saw that kind of did have a head and shoulder pattern. It's interesting, right? I like this coin. I'm in this coin, right? I've been dollar cost averaging into AIOZ, grabbing up a bag bit by bit here as it continues. I mean, this thing, we put this out at 30 cents. No, 3 cents. I think when I first talked about it, it was like in November, somewhere at 3 cents. And the thing is at 87 cents now. It's already almost at a 30x. We're talking 30x's, 20x's, 100x's, 50x's. This market has been crazy. Crazy. Love is the strongest frequency in the game. Hope everyone had such a blessed day today. Keep up the good work. Much love. Thank you. Mr. Beast follows AIOZ Web3 streaming. That's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying. I have a big old bag of WIF, and I like what's happening with WIF right now. WIF getting some love. Someone asked me to go over Lido DAO right here, LDO. You know, Lido's interesting because it's liquid staking, so a lot of it just gets kind of locked up, which gives it a little less movement than the average coin, but it's more of a gradual incline. See that? You know what I mean? That's kind of what I feel for this thing. Not amazing, though, but over time it will prevail. But I just think there's better narratives at the moment. Liquid staking was hot, but it's just not hot anymore. All right. Let's take a look at WIF. I'm already doing it, man. Why do you have to bombard us? Why do we have so many people just acting out of line in the chat recently? I guess you blow up, right? You get 60,000 subs and you got to deal with the world now. We used to be this nice, small little channel. We didn't have a lot of, craziness. Now we got a lot of ridiculousness going on. Let's look at WIF here on MEXC. It was on MEXC way earlier. So let's see what's happening with WIF. So I see it kind of, but it's somewhat losing support. But you can bring this down and say, well, support is really right there, Sam. It's at 315, and we're at 359. And we got a bit of a bounce there from 323 all the way up to 378 last night for WIF, showing signs of life, saying, hey, I want to make a stand. I like the daily right now getting oversold in what's called an emerging cup and handle. The cup moves higher with a right side. All right? Yeah. If you message the same thing numerous times, you will get, it's considered spam. Every crypto influencer gets shills rushing over. Yeah. What up, brother? Could you check into Bonk when you have a time? Sam, can we pull up Shiv? I don't know, man. I'm really quick on this one. In and out. 1,140 people. Can we get the likes up to the watches, people? When you notice that we're small streaming, we usually get like 2,000 people. You know we have less people. Hit that like. Get it going. I'm at an unusual time right now, just coming out on Sunday mornings. All right? Hit that like button. I need you more than you would ever know. If I've helped you out in your life, if I've done something, if you believe that I'm a good guy, hit that like button. Come on now. I'm here every single day without a day off, right? So I put myself through the ringer for my business. I love it. Don't get me wrong. But I'm not going to tell you it's an easy life to work every single day. It's not easy. It's not easy to work every single day. I'm telling you right now. It is full-blown high pressure. No joke. But you know what? There's no other life I'd want to live but a high-pressure life. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do anything different? NKN just continues to rip. No one really talking about how hot this coin is right now. NKN. I don't own it, though. So. Choice, this thing we looked at yesterday, this thing continues to rip, too, as well. Very interesting coin. I don't know what it is. Let's take a look. What is Choice? We'll take a look at it here. New coin alert. And I've been dollar cost averaging into Goldfinch. I've talked about it many times. I like it. It's going to be big, GFI, but you do whatever makes you happy. I'm not a financial advisor. Wow, Dog with Saudi Hat actually did some gains. From 4.7, oh wow, this thing has been ripping, huh? Jeez. It just doubled up. Dog with Saudi Hat. It's so crazy, right? We were looking at CAH yesterday, which was Moon Tropica, which is also trending on token metrics. You might want to write that down. Moon Tropica. Trending on token metrics. Wow, this thing is a moon city, huh? Jeez Louise. Up 2,500, 25x really for the low. Locked liquidity. You want to see that locked on the liquidity. To me, it's pretty important you get that locked liquidity. Sometimes I don't see locked liquidity. I'm like, what's going on there, right? So let's take a look here. BELIEB, right, was the one that we found out last night that people were saying, hey, you got to like it. I wasn't sold on it, right? But apparently they're all following it or something. I don't know, man. It's got a very small market cap. Maybe $100 could turn into something. You never know. Maybe I'll throw $500 in it and just see what happens. You know what I mean? But it's likely going to go to zero. You have to remember that most things you're going to buy in here are going to go to zero. Be very, very careful trading memes. I've been looking at props. Let's take a look at props right now. I actually threw some money into props. We'll see what happens here. I may bail out if it doesn't give me what I want fast enough. We'll see. It's supposed to be just a swing trade. Depends on what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin struggles, you will see, every other coin will kind of take a bit of a hit too. Just what happens. It's the name of the game. Only beginners realize it. They're like, why did my coin drop? Because Bitcoin dropped, Bitcoin at 69,400. Pretty flat too for the day. Staying inside that sideways flag. We may go sideways all the way until later tonight, right? 412. Everybody. Let's get 1,000 likes here, or I'm going to close up shop. I'm just joking, but let's get the likes up to the wall. I appreciate the 433 people that did send the likes. Let me pray for those people. Dear Lord, thank you so much for the beautiful people you sent into my life that liked my video and it gave back in retrospective karma. I appreciate all those beautiful people you sent into my life, and they mean the world to me. So thank you for the people I do have, and I won't focus on what I don't have. I'll only focus on what I do have and be super grateful for it. So thank you, dear Lord, for the awesome likes and what I'm getting. Thank you for the 1,000 people here. And thank you for this amazing channel and the ability to be an influencer here in cryptocurrency. I know it's a blessing and a privilege, and I won't take it for granted. Amen. Got to keep reminding myself to be grateful. Always be grateful. You know what I mean? Never look at like the glass is half empty. The glass is always half full. There's always something beautiful to be happy about. There's always something beautiful to look at, and to have a positive perspective on life is super important. That's really going to get you to the next level. Gratitude is the road to abundance, my friends. I'm telling you right now. You can't live in fear when you live in gratitude. You can't hate on someone when you're really excited about what you have, right? You're not jealous of others when you're in gratitude. You're not writing a hateful comment when you're in gratitude. You're not stressing your portfolio when you're in gratitude. You're not mean to your kids or your wife when you're in gratitude. You're good to yourself in gratitude. You're good to yourself. You're good to your family. You're good to your friends. Gratitude is the answer. I'm telling you right now, if you continuously go back to gratitude, it'll take care of almost all the issues in your life. A lot of people get in fights and do things because they're afraid. They live in fear, jealousy, hate. They're caught up in the emotions of the devil. What's going on around the world right now, we see it. Whatever side you want to take, violence is never the answer, period. You know what I'm saying? And too many innocent people get lost in the sauce on both sides, on both sides. So, and then who gets the worst of it? The innocent people take the brunt of it. You know what I mean? When big governments decide to throw their, weaponry around, and it's just sad. It's sad. We're such a smart human race. We have so much potential. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we trying to prove to each other? Why don't we live together? We have so many resources on this earth. What are we doing? I firmly believe that as long as we live in love, push the energy. That's all I can do, everybody. I feel just like you do. Sometimes somewhat powerless. Sometimes I'm just one person. But you know what? I had this saying that really hit me the other day, and I want to write it out for you, actually, because I think it's so important. But watch this. This is insane. Check this out. Why do we believe a few people cannot change the world? Because that's all that ever did. Think about the Revolutionary War here in America. It started with one guy in a ballroom, right? And he was like, you know what? I'm not paying these taxes. We came here to have what we want. I'm done. And that guy was like, you know what? I second that. I'm not paying the English this taxes. He said, you know what? We're going to go over to the boat. We're going to grab that tea. And we're going to dump that tea in the water, man. The Boston Tea Party, baby. Here in my state, baby. Here in Boston, baby. That's where it all started. Let's go. This is the country where we threw the tea into the water and we said, get the hell out. We're not paying your taxes. We're not doing your bidding. We're done with you, King of England. You know what I'm saying? This is the country that stood up for themselves. This was the guiding light in the world. All the other countries at the time, Germany, England, they were controlled by central banks. You didn't realize this. Go watch Money Masters. Watch the movie. Empower yourself with education and history. History will change your life. Okay? America is a guiding light, and it still will be. The powers, the globalist powers, are trying to snuff us out. You can see it. But we will not let our country go. I love this country with all my heart. I was born in Boston, Mass. 1 by land, 2 by sea. Paul Revere, baby. We were taught how we fought for our freedom every single day here in this country. Here in Boston, you were reminded you took the Freedom Trail as a kid. They took you on a field trip. You walked the path that Paul Revere walked. They explained to you how important your freedom was. Super important, man. Super important. You know what I mean? And so, delete that. Why would you say something like that? Anyway, shout out to Jason Casper in the chat. Shout out to everybody here. Shout out to all my beautiful people in the chat. We love you. We appreciate you. And we care about you. All right. Amen. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Right? No, because you said, can we get back to Bitcoin? I already showed you everything I could tell you about Bitcoin. There's nothing else I could tell you about Bitcoin. I'm in a flag. I'm trading the flag. I gave you my stop loss and my entry. There's nothing else I could tell you. I gave you the weekly support or resistance. I'm going to be live tonight. There's nothing else you need to know for Bitcoin. Like I can't tell you anymore. This is my long. I could get stopped out, right? I'm trading the 1 hour time frame. There you go. The 4 hour doesn't look amazing. We got a golden cross here. All right. Shout out to Digital Currency World, TED memberships. I'm just saying, I grew up here in Boston where we were reminded where America came from. Every single day of our lives here was when we were kids. They took us on a field trip, you know what I mean? So, and again, you said, can we get back to Bitcoin? This is Bitcoin. I'm talking about monetary sovereignty. Like, are you not connecting the dots here? When I tune in and I see a Sammy cup and handy, I get too bullish. It's a bit of a cup and a handle in here too. I never really kind of saw it like, yeah. I mean, there's a bit of a cup here and a handle. That's a cup and handle right there in a little bit. That flag looks nice though, Jason, with low stochastics, RSI, lack of bearish momentum in the MACD. You got falling volume with falling price. Tells you that the sellers are lacking, right? You got above a previous resistance as support. There's SR flip traders right now that are just jumping in on this just based on no indicators at all. They're just looking at the SR flip, right? There's guys that use no indicators, everybody. All they're using is this line that gets here and that line that gets there. And they're saying there's a resistance and there's a support. And they're SR flipping the move. All right. I'm long on FET. Got some good gains so far. Let's jump on into the chats and see what's happening. But Bitcoin is about monetary sovereignty. It's exactly what I'm talking about. When someone said, let's get back to Bitcoin, that's exactly what I was going over, man. Thanks, Sam. Help me change from trying to doing. You're changing lives, brother. Yo, get rid of the word try. It's the worst word in the English language. Watch this. Hey, everyone, I'm going to try to be live tonight for the weekly live stream. How does that sound to you? What does that sound to you? Now, I just answer the question here. I want to see in the chat how many people answer this. My chat just got frozen. Oh, there we go. What if I said I'm going to try to be live tonight for the weekly live stream? What are the odds do you think I'm going to be there? If I told you, hey, I'm going to be live, I'm going to try to be live tonight. How does that make you feel? Does it make you feel like I'm going to be there? I just want to know, how does that make you feel? Sounds pretty weak to me, right? Makes me sad, right? See, so if I can't use the word try, then you can't either. You get it? Right? So get rid of that word. It's the worst word in the English language. It's a word that creates procrastination. It tells you that you cannot do your obligations to other people. Period. The only reason my channel is going well right now is because my mom told me to be my mom and my father said you must be a man of your word. When you say something, you must do it. I watched a YouTuber about a few weeks back and he said I'm going to be live tomorrow, and he didn't come live. He told his community he was going to do something and he didn't do it. Then a few months later I watched him again. He did it again. And again, I don't care. It's about us, right? But it's just, you don't want to say you're going to do something and not do it. You don't have to say it. You know, in the Muslim religion, they say the tongue is your master until you utter it. No, the word is your master until you utter it. No, you are the master of your word until you utter it. Then the word is your master. You don't have to say something, so don't say it. But the second you say it, you better do exactly what you say. Your word better be gold, baby. Your word better be gold. And that's why I don't take a day off. That's why I'm here every single day, because my word is to you, And my bond is to you, and my bond is my word. All right? Amen. Amen. So I gave you a Bitcoin trade already. I talked about it. I went over it. I showed you my stop loss and my entry. There's nothing else I can do. Okay? That's it. That's it. All we can do is wait to see if my probabilities play out or not. Okay? Navigating some buzz. Reset on the 3-day. It is getting some buzz. I'm up on that. And I'll show you what's trending today. I'll be nice and show you kind of what's trending and what's happening with my Advanced Astro Society bot. All right? Look at the 777s every time I show up. 7777. It's just crazy. It's funny, right? Ocean with an S. That's an interesting one. That's a nice play on words there. Ozone has been so hot. That coin's out of control. But Moon Tropica, Gala, Catcoin, and R-Trade back trending again. Let's take a look at our baby R-Trade, which I love, and I got us in super early. $3 million market cap. Thing is continuing to bang on them. But why do we believe a few people cannot change the world? Because that's all that ever did. I watched Jason Casper's video today where he was picking up eggs, right, from the birds, man. That's real deal right there. That's real deal right there. Let's take a look at R-Trade and see what's happening on R-Trade. I already gave you Moon Tropica. I showed you what it was out. It's trending hot right now. So R-Trade, get the nice bounce from 6.4 to 7.8. Got back above the 200 SMA on the 1-hour time frame. Moving average a little, not much action here on the 4-hour. Really, the 4-hour, you don't have much to go on. You look at your 3-hour. Yeah, see, I like this. The 2-hour, really, your 1 hour is your best time frame. And R-Trade, we got in down here at 2.5 cents. This thing ripped all the way to 10 cents. We did basically a 4.5x. Came back down. I have a big old bag of it, and I'm ready to rock. Look at the market cap now for R-Trade. And what is R-Trade? Why was I all about it? Well, it made sense to me, right? Because real world assets are hot. It's got a $22 million market cap. Even if I just got in now, that would be a steal. We got in at a $3 million market cap, a 4 almost, right? When we started getting in. Market cap has grown, prices adjusted somewhat. So, and again, R-Trade is the first marketplace for art, real world assets powered by Solana. I mean, pretty simple, right? Looks like it's going to do numbers, man. I'm excited to see what could happen. All right. I could see R-Trade headed back to the next target here all the way at about 13.7. All right. That would be a beautiful 117% gain from the bottom there, but from where we're at now, about 70%. We are outside of the pattern. How would this turn bearish? Well, you've got previous resistance as support now. You don't want to lose 7.3. You lose 7.3 and you lose the 200 on the 1 minute, on the 1 hour, you're likely going down. Again, I talk about when you get above the 1 hour time frame. The 200 SMA on any time frame, really, but the 1 hour is a great signal. So again, if Bitcoin dumps, this could dump. If Bitcoin pumps, this will stay in a flag, and we could get this movement back to the upside here. Bang, bang, bang. Look for the 21-day moving average to come to touch price. It's right there. 21 crossing the 200 is a preemptive golden cross. It's a front run of a golden cross. Usually once the 21 crosses, eventually the 50 will cross. Look for this 50 to eventually cross the 200. The last time we got a golden cross was basically right there. They got right there was a tiny golden cross. I'm pointing out, though, when the 50 does cross the 200, it's a beautiful move. Look for this thing to do damage. I think that 2.6 could end up becoming 100x. So I'm excited to see what could happen to R-Trade. I got into it super early. And, yeah. Okay. Someone mentioned the crypto wifer. Should we come down and get you? Wow. No, it's a pretty good stream. We're running Bitcoin 80K in a month. Bet that. Wifer in the chat. Good morning, Sam. Can you please check Doge? Send in a super chat for TA and deep dives, everybody. Let's take a look at the fan funding and talk about it. Shout out to DT, member for months. Thank you for becoming a member. Member for a month. Thank you. Dojo. XRP is outperforming Bitcoin on shorter time frames. Try and take a day off. That's so funny, right? I tried to take a day off. It didn't work. I tried. That's why it didn't happen. Will you check Doge? I will check Doge. Thank you for that. You said XRP BTC. If it is beating up. So, I mean, I disagree. You said XRP is outperforming Bitcoin on shorter time frames. I mean, that's not the case. Like a little bit, I guess. Tiny. There's a chance, but I mean, you just look at the BTC pair and you can see it's just not the case. All right. Unless it gets back above that 906 level, I wouldn't take it seriously just yet, all right? It's an easy way to see what you're saying, just not really not happening at the moment, right? Dogecoin got the huge pump above the 200 SMA. We saw a nice move. I saw a flag here, dolphin dip. It still came back up to the upside here. It's all about the 200 on the 1 hour, all right? Go backtest this idea. Just backtest it and give yourself some confidence. Say, hey, if I had opened up a trade when we got above the 1 hour time frame, here we came up, we dolphin dip, but once we got above, so you could get in here, it would have come up, came down, you may have been stopped out. You got back above, you got in again, and you would that would have paid for the stop loss. Easy. Here you would have got above and got in right there, and boom, massive gains. Here, right when you got above, massive gains. Here when you got above, a huge spike to the upside, a nice spike to the upside. It's a known short squeeze entry because what it does is it propels the bots to buy, which then pushes price action into the squeeze, and it creates a short squeeze. I've seen it like that's the math. That's like the mechanical movement of what happens here when you get back above the 200 SMA on any time frame. And then what happens is when price breaches the 200, you're front running the golden cross because eventually that 50 is coming for that 200 SMA. Doge is just a little bit behind Bitcoin. Bitcoin already did the golden cross on the, you know what I mean? Bitcoin got the cross on the 1 hour. There's 50 crossing it right there, right? So wait for the 21 to touch price action. That could be the explosive move we want for BTC, okay? Shout out to the 1,176 people here on the live, 592 likes. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. It'd be the nicest thing you could do. If I came into your house, I would take my shoes off and I would be super respectful. Very similar to coming to my live stream and hitting that like button, all right? Follow me on Twitter, at CryptoLifer33, giving you alpha data and awesome information, okay? I was talking about Solana before it was cool. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Kevin. I love Kevin, man. Shout out to Chris Inks. Great guy, too. Look at this chart. Explosive movement coming for Bitcoin. Bing, 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 right? Cross of the MACD, cross of the MACD. Second histogram with green. Action, staction. All right. Honestly, I'm starting to change my tune. Speaking of Bitcoin, it's awful. Well, yeah, sell. I love it. Shout out to Gary Cardone in the game. Shout out to my man J Chains rebranding.
Hey man, we out here at the races. Welcome to Redneck Crypto.
Oh my gosh, he's funny. Remember that Bitcoin dip a few days ago? Yeah, me neither. Send it. So funny. Martini got racing. Yesterday's race did not go to plan. Avoiding a crash, I clipped the market, blew my radiator, causing my engine to overheat and had to retire. My teammate's car blew a drive shaft and had to retire. Today we go again. Hey, it happens, man. It's okay. Pretty cool, though, that he's like, look, he's got Femix on the car. You got to love that, bro. You got to love that. I mean, he's living his dreams. The Martini guy's racing cars, doing what he loves. That's so cool. All right. I invested in a Bitcoin at $1. Where your bags at? At me. That. I invested into Binance at $1. Yeah, BNB was hot. The U.S. economy is flashing a recession warning. There's only been wrong once in the last 120 years. How are things where you are? Interesting. But honestly, we're in an unprecedented times where they've printed money to it. So things that we've seen in the last 120 years wouldn't play out now because we're in an unprecedented time. You could take some of that data, but you must be able to morph data into a new age thesis. You can't go on every single thing in the past, right? You take the past to merge your future, all right? Now, we could get a recession. You never know. I'm open-minded. MUBI, if you have the time, please. I like MUBI in the rounded bottom here. That's accumulation. That's where I would start accumulating something that I appreciate and that I believed in, right? All these levels on the bowl. You're bouncing off near the 786 retracement after the massive move. It's institutional support, all right? It's a known area where assets like to bottom. I would feel 90% confident telling you that that was your bottom for MUBI. And any DCA now is going to be a pretty good look. Try to get some pullbacks on the 4 hour or the 1 hour if you're away from a 21-day moving average. Look for possibly a retest of this top trend line. And that's how I would look to play MUBI. All right. Look at the golden cross of the 1 hour around the market. Let's take a look at the total market cap and all of cryptocurrency. Total market cap inside the flag as well. Golden cross hasn't occurred yet. So the altcoins are lagging a little bit behind Bitcoin is what you're telling me, because Bitcoin got the golden cross and this makes all of the coins. So we need that big pump for Bitcoin, then some of that money to trickle in, and then we'll get the initial push to the upside. All right. Yeah. Beautiful. So BOOKMAP. I like what I'm seeing here for BOOKMAP. And, it does suggest we could go all the way to 70,000 too as well. All right. So that's what I'm looking at for the move today for BTC. And I could be 100% wrong, everybody. No guarantees I'm going to be right. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. All I do is do Bitcoin every single day relentlessly. And I take whatever the charts tell me. If the charts tell me to long, I long. If the charts tell me to short, I short. I don't listen to my emotions, what I think or feel. Those have nothing to do with my ability to be successful as a trader. All right. They can help me be a good dad. I can be a good father. My emotions are great for the family, but they're not good for my charting. You know what I mean? So again, here's my trade. I gave you the trade yesterday that played out, right? So if you took my call yesterday morning, so start tracking me. Be like, yesterday he was right. Monday he was correct. Like Thursday night he was correct. Friday morning he was correct. Last Wednesday night he was correct. He called the bottom for Bitcoin 4 or 5 years ago. He bought into Bitcoin at 3,000, 1,000. He bought into Bitcoin at 5,000. He bought into Bitcoin at 15,000. My track record is just do some research on who I am. Ask around. Watch some of my videos. Learn about how I put out cake at 60 cents and we wrote it to $44. Watch how I cried when I 100x Safe Moon on my live stream. You know what I mean? Turning $2,700 into $285,000. Like, anyway, I love you all. I appreciate you all. I'm not trying to brag. I'm trying to tell you this is what crypto is. Crypto is an amazing place of opportunity. If you keep I don't know anyone that didn't give up on crypto. Like everyone I know that didn't give up on crypto, that kept pushing, ended up becoming a multimillionaire. Almost every person I know. You know what I mean? So I'm not, anything could happen. I'm not guaranteeing you become a multimillionaire. I can't do that. But what I can tell you is the people that I know that never gave up continue to push forward. You know what I mean? So shout out to everybody here in the live. I appreciate you. I care about you. I'm jumping on out to be with my family for the day. Let me just double check I didn't miss any super chats that I could give you guys. But a few came in. XRP, MUBI. And we're really waiting on Bitcoin to move, and then the altcoins could move behind it. So stay attentive, stay focused, stay disciplined. All right? Only Bitcoin and ETH, the only profit coin nowadays. Hit that button if you want to make money. You're funny. Shout out to Abdominal Breadman Spaghetti Ragnetti. I love you, brother. I'm not a millionaire yet, but I'm 98% full. Dude, that's awesome, dude. You have 980 grand, bro. You're there. You know what I mean? Honestly, it's really the first 500,000. Like, once you make 500 racks, you're going to be able to make a mil. A mil is just that level. Like, can I hit the mil, right? You're just like, I just want to hit a mil. Just want to get to the million. You know what I mean? And you know what I tell you is the first million's the hardest. After the first mil, I don't know why, the next mil comes pretty fast. You know what I mean? If you got your head on straight and you keep moving. And then the next meal, and then you're 3, 4, 5, and then you stay off the drugs and alcohol, right? You get right with God. You get a family, right? Or if you're not, if you don't have your own family, take care of the people that you do know. And honestly, and live in gratitude. And I don't see how your net worth won't continue to grow. So I love you all. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for being here. You can, you will, you are the best. And this is my Bitcoin trade for the day and a few other coins that I'm looking at. And if you want more, join the trading group. I got so many charts that I posted, holding back a little bit today on this little morning update. And join the trading group. If you want to jump on into the trading group, how can you do that? All right, I'm sure that you're wondering, like, how do I jump into the trading group, Sam? I'm not sure. And I forgot to pin the message, Sean. I forgot to pin the message. If anyone has my pinned message that I could post for me, copy pasted, could it get done by any one of the moderators? We should have it in the Blue Crew. The whole Blue Crew should have access to that so they could just post it for me. Could anyone post that? Just has the links to my trading group, links to MEXC. I cannot thank you enough for my learnings from your channel. Please have a Cinnabon for me for your Sunday. Enjoy the time with your family. Thank you so much, man, for the Cinnabon. God bless you, brother. And thank you so much for the $13 in chat revenue. It's very, very nice of you guys. Last night was crazy. $280 in chat revenue. You people were unbelievable, right? So no moderators have my pinned message, right? I can't get it. Let me see. I got to get it from Sean. It's a missed opportunity if I can't put the pinned message, because if someone wants to join the trading group, it makes it very simple and easy. I found it. Do you have a crypto, Billy? Anybody out there? Anybody? Anybody out there? Any moderators out there to help the lifer? Hello, 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 hello. I'll keep on standby after today. I just need the pinned message. Yeah. Let me see if I can find it in a. Oh, I'm starting a new brand too on the side. I haven't really talked about it much. But I want to get 500 subscribers. Jump on into the Sam Price channel. My first video was just an interview with Gary Cardone. You want to check it out. But this is my first channel, my Sam Price channel. This is where I'm going to do things off topic. Not about the charts, right? Kind of do whatever I want. Talk about different, ideas and investments, entrepreneurship. Show you my life. Show you what's happening. Bring you into my world. If I go surfing, you may come for the day. If I do something, I vlog. I'll get drones, all that. I used to do drones and vlogging. I'm a camera guy. I know how to set it all up. So this is going to be kind of like my channel of my life. At Samuel James Price. Jump on it today and join the Samuel James Price channel. I'd love to get up to 1,000 subscribers, man. Run up in there and help me out. I appreciate it. I'll put the link. And it just, you're always going to see the Crypto Lifer. The brand is going to be strong in here for a long time. This is going to be more intimate behind the scenes things about me and my life and kind of what I'm doing that have more about entrepreneurship and expanding wealth, 7 streams of income, how to become a billionaire. That with this channel really is going to be my road to $1 billion. You're going to watch me start and hit $1 billion and hopefully under 10 years. And you're going to watch it here mostly on this channel here. All right. Lakochi, you're the best, man. Thank you so much for coming through for me. So here's the pinned message. If you want to jump on into CryptoLifer.com, hit the link here. If you want to join MEXC, hit the link here. iTrust Capital, who sponsors the channel, we really appreciate you, iTrust. And Decrypted.tax. I'm telling you right now, tax season is like days away. 8 days away still. You can always file for an extension if you need. All right. But let me just get Decrypted.tax up here. And you go to Decrypted.tax/lifer. Okay. You're going to be getting 25% off the standard pricing. You can get a free consultation as well on top of that. I mean, that's unheard of in the space, and he's going to know a lot about any situation you have. He's an expert when it comes to crypto and the law. He's also a tax attorney, so you're getting that privilege that you don't get. So it's pretty awesome. I'm excited about it. You should be excited about it. He does sponsor the channel for tax season, so and I personally have worked with Ernest, the guy who runs the company, CEO and founder. He's made LLCs for me. He can also make you an LLC if you're buying a building. He can make the LLC for your property. He can do a lot of stuff. The guy's unbelievable. Right now, he's focused on your taxes for the season. Maybe you need an extension. He can file for you and get it going, or just quell all your emotions and anxiety you may have over taxes. Decrypted.tax will change the way you think about your taxes. And shout out to Ernest. We love you. We appreciate you. And I don't bring sponsors onto this channel that I don't trust, love, and appreciate. All right. So shout out to my 3 sponsors here. My 2 sponsors, iTrust Capital and Decrypted.tax. And if you want to jump on into BookMap, I do get a commission from BookMap. I'd greatly appreciate it. All right. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. I'm running out for the night or for the day. And I'll see you tonight at 8 p.m. Let's see if that trade plays out. I'd love to show us a winning trade when all is said and done. I love you. I appreciate you. And I'll see you all tonight at 8 p.m. for Bitcoin and the weekly candle close. I'll see you guys later on. God bless. Enjoy your family today. It's Sunday. Give them a day. Crypto will be here for 6 more days a week. And we all do what we have to do, just like the song says, to get by, baby.